Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to This Week in Geek, a very special WrestleMania. No, I'm kidding. It's the same show you watch every week, except this weekend, it's WrestleMania. So I am personally very excited. Now, as you're probably noticing right now, it's just me on screen, no Zach Pope as of now. And I think that's because, assuming because he has not replied to my messages, I believe this is because of the time change. And now his 7 a.m., which is usually when he does the show on his end, is now 3 p.m. on my end. And currently, we're right on schedule to start at 2 p.m., which is when we start the show usually. I didn't realize this in time. So for the first hour of the show, so for the weekly ranking, for the main topic, maybe even for some of the live questions, Zach will not be here. I will tell you what. I will be very fast going through my weekly ranking. I will go through the main topic of discussion, discuss with you guys, and then when Zach comes in, he can give his 2 cents on the main topic, and he will also give his 2 cents on any questions that he might have missed if when he comes in we have already started the question section of the show. So I apologize. This is on me. I did not realize that the time change would do this to us, but I think I recall this happening once a year. So on the first show, whenever the time changes, always screw this up. Zach always misses the cue because I don't realize that the time has changed. So I just schedule the show for whenever we usually do it. So, and I think it's going to happen again once we change the time again later in the year. So I apologize for that. That is on me. But with that out of the way, I hope you guys are all right. I hope you're having fun. I hope it's a beautiful Saturday wherever you're from. And I hope you're ready to talk Silver Surfer, to talk Fantastic Four. And yes, some of you know that I love professional wrestling. So some of you have asked me some WrestleMania questions. Do not worry. We will get to that. All right, everyone. With that out of the way, let's get into the weekly ranking. And I did not watch a ton this week. I will only be ranking 3 things, and those 3 things starting from the bottom. And none of these things are bad per se. But I am behind on Monkey Man. I am behind on The First Omen. I'm doing a double bill tomorrow because I have a completely free day before WrestleMania because I'm an European, so WrestleMania only starts in the evening for me. So I will be watching Monkey Man and The First Omen tomorrow. This past week, however, I finally watched because we finally got it released here on the 28th of March, Kung Fu Panda 4. It's not bad, but it's very mid. Essentially, this movie is everything myself and I bet a ton of other people feared the original Kung Fu Panda was going to be before it came out. We all know how the trailers looked. We all know the reputation of DreamWorks wasn't the best at the time. They had Shrek. That was their thing. But at that time, apart from Shrek, DreamWorks wasn't that big a deal. Like, they fail after failing after failing after failing. And Kung Fu Panda was a big surprise. So this to me is okay. I don't like to say it's an unnecessary addition to the franchise because no movie is ever necessary. But this broke my heart slightly a bit just because I think the franchise, the trilogy as a whole, is so special. On top of that, I'm going to have Invincible. And instead of just having the finale, I'm going to have the whole of season 2 because I did not give you my thoughts on season 2, on part 2 of season 2. I did give you my thoughts on part 1 of season 2. And part 1 of season 2 of Invincible, to me, it was 4 episodes that dragged out for so long. Everything that happened in part 1 along those 4 episodes could have happened in 1. You did not need to launch those 4 episodes like in November, October, whenever it was. And now this, you could have just launched now 5 episodes. And that's it. I think this second half of season 2 is very, very strong. This is a half of a season or a season in and of itself where every single episode matters. At the same time, there is a sense to it where it feels like a bridge season. Part 1 of season 2 didn't even get to feel that way because there was so little happening in those 4 episodes. Season 2 is a ton of fun. The finale specifically gives a lot to Mark's character. You understand in reflection what his arc was here. But it does feel like a bridge season. It just feels like we're treading ground to plant seeds for the next season. This was all about planting seeds. It was not about payoff in any way. So I like the second half. I think season 1 of Invincible is still superior in every conceivable way. I do like an episode. There's an episode in part 2, and I don't want to elongate the weekly ranking myself, but there's an episode where Mark is talking to a comic book artist in Comic-Con, and it basically just lay out the making of the show. Number one, justifying their innovation, their ingenuity in animation, but also understanding how animation is made. I think there's something really great about laying that out for the audience in the show. But at the same time, it shows the ill-conceived decisions they've made as part of laying out a story for this season. And so instead of giving us a little peek behind the curtain for us to go, oh, that's interesting, you more and more after that start noticing the limitations of the show, as well as all the things the show does great. But also the limitations are much more apparent. Like I was watching like a hawk, and those things that just stood out to me all the more without myself even trying. And at number one, above Invincible Season 2 Part 2, I'm going to have Bray Wyatt becoming immortal. Now, this is a wrestling documentary about a professional wrestler that passed away last year. And a lot of times when I've talked about pro wrestling on this channel, about an event or a movie with someone who used to be a wrestler, or a documentary made about a wrestler, a lot of times I will mention that you don't need to be a wrestling fan to watch and enjoy and love this. There's a documentary about The Undertaker called The Last Ride. It's a 6-episode documentary. They basically made it the same way Michael Jordan's The Last Dance on Netflix was made. This, I'm not going to say that you don't need to be a wrestling fan to enjoy this. I will say, at the very least, you should be a casual wrestling fan to understand the intricacies of how they play with characters and whatnot, and the state of the bit. Understand a little bit about the business of pro wrestling in and of itself. If you're not at all interested in wrestling, if you don't care about it, I don't think this is for you, genuinely. But I loved it. It's easily one of the best things I watched this entire year. And granted, Bray Wyatt wasn't even one of my top 5 or 10 wrestlers ever. I admire him immensely, his creativity, and that's what this documentary is about. It's just about his creativity as an artist, as a performer, as a wrestler, however you want to put it. I think it's fantastic. If you're at all interested, again, if you're not into wrestling, don't watch this. This shouldn't even be your entry point. If you're interested in trying to see if you like wrestling, this is not it, but this is something to keep in mind if you're ever curious. All right. So with that out of the way, let's start with your weekly rankings, ladies and gentlemen. And let me just delete this. There we go. And we're going to start with, I'm about to sneeze at any point. Just so you know, you're warned. Nerdy Scott. Number 6, Chicago Med. Number 5, Chicago Fire. Number 4, Chicago PD. Number 3, Smallville. Could never get into that show. Number 2, The Matrix Resurrections. That's bottom of any list I make. I despise that movie with a passion. But I'm glad you loved it, brother. And number 1, Netflix original, Damsel. I hate The Matrix Resurrections. I don't watch any of the other shows, so overall, I do agree with this ranking. Jico VP. My weekly ranking, number 5, Invincible Season 2 finale. I forgot to rank my X-Men 97. It would be, I think this is definitely the weakest episode so far. So I'd rank it above Kung Fu Panda 4. So number 4, X-Men 97. Oh, there he is. Okay, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. It's 7 a.m. for you, right?
No, it is not 7 a.m. for me.
You didn't need to wake up then. Stay in bed. What are you doing?
I messaged you. I explained why I was up.
Okay. All right.
So I was already up. I've been up since like 5. So
okay.
I'll take a nap after this. I'll take a
Okay.
nap after.
Okay, no worries.
So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I was awake. I saw your message like 10 minutes ago. I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna go back to bed. So I'll just get up and do it. So I'm like, might as well not miss out. I'm like, we'll figure out the time next week. I'm here, so it doesn't matter.
And I don't work next Saturday either, so there will be a show. I mean, yeah.
Perfect.
No,
Perfect. But don't you have WrestleMania today? Right?
I
What
do have
time is that?
WrestleMania, but that's
Okay.
at midnight, baby. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. So that's exciting.
So
where were we?
I'm just going through everyone's weekly ranking. So if you want to pull out yours,
Okay.
his weekly ranking. That's not a euphemism. And give that a shout at the end of the live chat. So number 5, Invisible Season 2 finale. Number 4, X-Men 97 episode 4. Number 3, Monkey Man, which again I'm seeing tomorrow, followed by The First Omen. I'm doing a double bill. In that order. Number 2, Shogun episode 7. Number 1, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Happy 10th birthday to the best Captain America movie. It's only the 8th birthday of Captain America: Civil War, but that's okay. That's the best Captain America movie. Andrew Seif, number 1, X-Men 97 episode 4. Great showcase for my 2 favorite characters, Jubilee and Storm. I do love Jubilee. Jubilee has always been one of my favorite characters. Number 2, Godzilla X Kong. Bad plot, but me and my fiance had a great time watching it in the cinema. Amen to that. I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't care about the plot on this one. As long as it gets the 2 monsters punching each other, that's the greatest plot you can have for a movie like this. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Andrew. All right, Zach, what do you got for your weekly ranking, brother?
All right then. So for mine, I didn't watch a lot.
I only watched 3 things. You weren't here, but I only watched 3 things.
One of the things I watched, I can't talk about. I've hinted at it on my Instagram, but can't talk about it until next week. So leave it at that. It's a brand new show.
Are you going to tell me in the private chat? Or do I know?
Maybe.
At all?
There you go. You see it?
Oh, of course. I knew it.
So that, but I've also just had a busy week. So good, overall good, decent week for movies. But in last place is Twilight Saga: New Moon.
Oh God.
Don't ask. It was raining and my wife wanted to watch it. So I told her I'd watch the rest of them. We haven't watched Eclipse. I was hoping to come in this week with like boom, boom, boom. But we haven't. After that, X-Men 97's episode this week was really good. I liked it. I love Mojo. So the fact that we got Mojo made me excited. Yeah. I did start Bad Batch.
Okay.
Best season yet.
I mean,
I know. I like season 2 a lot though.
I know.
But this season is like, I don't know what it is with Star Wars animation, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, but they got something down for the last.
I think the problem is they don't know what they're doing sometimes.
Maybe. After that, I got Monkey Man. This movie is awesome.
Be very vague about it.
I will. It's awesome. That's about all. Leave it at Dev Patel's great. You haven't seen it yet. We'll talk about more next week. But my favorite film of the week that I watched was Sing Sing. It's a brand new A24 film. I saw it at the Phoenix Film Festival. It was the opening. A24 hit me up and was like, hey, would you like to come see it? Sure. I'll drive all the way 40 minutes to go see this. And drove it. And I didn't know what I was getting into. Like, I knew Coleman Domingo's in it.
You haven't seen Sing Sing?
Okay. I just heard good buzz.
Mm-hmm.
It is great. I think great is even an understatement. This is phenomenal.
Wow.
I had zero complaints. It is very genuine. It's simple. It's heartbreaking at times. It's emotional. I got teary-eyed at like one scene that like wasn't even sad. but it's about like being creative. And you and me are creative, and so many of us are creative in this industry, but it's like seeing people have to be creative in an area that they really can't be that creative because they're in prison. It strikes an emotional turn on me that I wasn't expecting. And Coleman Domingo, I dare I say this is his best performance. This is his best performance yet.
Do you think he has a chance of getting another nomination?
If he is not nominated, I would be absolutely shocked. But I also probably wouldn't be, because A24 sometimes shits the bed on pushing for Oscars. But this is one of those movies that I was very surprised by. And then the second I found out the writer of this made Jockey. I don't know if you saw Jockey from like 2 years ago with what's the main actor's name? Jockey, IMDb. He's in like fucking everything. Clifton Collins Jr.
Oh, I love him. I never heard of this movie though.
Very, very small movie filmed in Arizona. It's great. Because the director was there, he came out and he's like, yeah, I was out here a couple years ago making a movie called Jockey. And I'm like, oh shit, you made that movie. He didn't direct it, he wrote and produced it. But I was like,
okay,
oh fuck, okay, so we're in for something special here. But the cool thing about Sing Sing is most of the people in it are not actors. They're actual prisoners. They're actual people who were in prison who were a part of what this movie is all about. So like this theater group that's in prison, this was a real thing that's still going on today, it seems, but like they were actually a part of that group.
That's
and
good.
that was one of the things, because I started reading about it, because I'm like, I don't know who any of these guys are. There was only a couple actors I noticed, which was Coleman Domingo. And then I think, do you remember Sound of Metal? Did you like Sound of Metal?
I like Paul Rossi, right?
Yeah, Paul Rossi's also in it too.
Nice.
And he's fantastic. He's fantastic in it too. But it is Coleman Domingo's show from start to finish. And there's one guy in here. He's never been in anything.
But he's about to be?
Maybe it'll be interesting. I don't know if it's like one of those roles where it's like, he's never acted before except in prison. How does this pertain to it?
Wasn't Paul Rossi the same, where The Sound of Metal was like his first movie or something?
He had been in like some things, like very small.
Never mind,
like Sound of Metal was like basically his big first thing. Like there's no doubt about it. Like even looking at his Letterboxd, like he was in some movies in like the 90s. But like Cop Number One, like that type of shit. So, but yeah, dude, Sing Sing, keep it on your radar. I hope you guys get it out there. I know sometimes you guys don't really get A24 movies, so.
Oh, we get it. It's just a matter of when.
Like 30 months later.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's 2 years later. Sometimes it's 2 months later.
It's funny though, because you guys got Under the Silver Lake before we did.
That's true.
Which I don't know why, but.
And we were the only ones to get it on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, so I bought it from over there so I could watch it.
Yeah, we don't have.
It finally came over here.
No one has a date. In fact, it only has festival dates, and then it says so: Canada, TIFF last year, United States, South by, United States, Miami Film Festival tomorrow. United States at the end of this month, San Francisco Film Festival, May 2nd at the Dallas International Film Festival, and then May the 4th, Atlanta Film Festival, and then July 19th, Limited. So that's all the release dates that are available now.
Cool.
I don't feel too bad.
Sounds like you'll get it next week.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully. Alongside Love Lies Bleeding, which is another A24 property. We still haven't gotten. I've already seen it, but it's still not released.
Oh, well, at least you've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everyone. And with that out of the way, let's get into our main topic. And this week, we got not only a little tidbit, a little insight into Fantastic Four, but we also got the casting news for the Silver Surfer. And of course, the internet went mad for some reason because they only read what they wanted to read. They read that.
But did they even
Julia
read
Garner,
it? Did they even read it?
They saw the pictures of Julia Garner and the words Silver Surfer, and they were like, "Oh no, women and they had a heart attack.
Yep.
So she's been cast as a Silver Surfer, but this is not the Norrin Rad version of the character. This is the Shala Bal version of the character. Now, let me drop some nerd knowledge on you in case you don't know. The Silver Surfer is a title. Is a title given to many an heir of Galactus. He has had several heirs throughout the thousands of years he's traversed space. One of them is the iconic Silver Surfer, bald man, no penis, completely silver on top of his board. I have a great action figure of him, but he is not the only ever Silver Surfer to be given that title or to be given the position of a Herald of Galactus. There are also many other characters. A lot of them don't have the conscience or the heart of a Norrin Rad. Not all of them are good people. Shalaba is a little bit more extreme than Norrin Rad, and that is who Julia Garner is playing. Again, the internet went mad for a character they don't really know a lot about. But what's most interesting is that we're complaining about a character that has been gender banded when this character is literally a Ken doll. He has no genitalia. For all you know, under the silver chrome, it could be a woman. In this case, it's just not the same character, so stop complaining that they gender banded the character, because they didn't. Zach, what are your thoughts on this?
Are you mad about this? Are you mad about people getting mad?
I'm mad about people getting mad. I will say I would have preferred getting the Norrin Rad version of the character, even if you gender bended him, just because that's my favorite version of the Silver Surfer. But I'm not mad at the casting itself, because Julia Garner is a fantastic actress, so she'll do a fantastic job.
Well, if I'm being honest, I still think we're gonna get him. I will he be in this movie? Maybe not, maybe so. Who knows? But I think we do within the next 5 years. I think he joins in. I would also be shook if Norrin Rad's not in the film. He's just not the Silver Surfer.
I would bet there's a chance he's in the film, and he's the former Herald who's betrayed Galactus.
And that would be cool to have. I think people just need to shut the fuck up. People just need to shut the fuck up and watch the movie.
It's the internet. They won't do that.
It's the internet. No, it's woke, right, Ren? It's woke.
It's woke.
That's what it's
like
woke.
The X-Men. They've turned the X-Men woke. How dare they?
That conversation piece is just stupid too. So I don't know, man.
I love conversation pieces on the subject matter.
Yeah, but I don't know a lot about Shambhala. I don't know anything about her. I just know that there's a female.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, basically. That's how it reads off to me every time I've read the fucking name. But I just know I'm getting more and more excited for this movie. That's all I know. They put out that poster of the Human Torch this week.
Do you want to introduce that topic into the discussion?
Yeah, let me finish Julia Gardner real fast, and then
no worries.
So,
no worries.
When I saw Julia Gardner was cast, I shit bricks. I was so excited because Julia Gardner is a fucking phenomenal actress. She was incredible in Ozark. She was arguably the best part about Ozark, and Ozark's one of the best shows Netflix has ever had. So her character in there, like, just instantly proved to me she can do anything, any role I've ever watched her in. She is a 4-time Emmy nominated actress, and she won 3. If you're gonna go for talent,
Ozark, right?
2 were for Ozark, 1 was for something else.
Okay.
But she was nominated 3 times for Ozark, and then the other one I don't remember what it was called because I haven't seen the show. But she is fucking great, and if you're gonna cast her as the Silver Surfer, awesome. I can't wait. And there's more confirmation to this now that Galactus will be the main villain. I think there's a lot of cool ideas to this. And to jumping into the other thing is they released a poster of the Human Torch Day for what? 4 day?
4 day.
So I'm not going to lie. First off, I thought they were going to drop other posters throughout the day of all them, like his stretchy arms making a 4 or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll get other posters throughout the year of them, whether on other days or other occasions. And I think it's kind of cool marketing. But there's something about this poster. 2 things that I noticed. 1, in the bottom right-hand corner, it says 20th Century Fox / Marvel. And 2, the landscape. That is not fucking MCU New York. That is pure utopia, sci-fi Tomorrowland, New York. Ren, I'm going to tell you right now, there's been rumors that this Fantastic Four is taking place in another universe, which I've actually kind of been open to the idea of. Like, I'm okay with it because if we're doing the multiverse saga, while what I have loved for the Fantastic Four to be in the MCU and have been stuck in the quantum verse, yes. But wouldn't it also be cool to have them in their own universe where anything of history could have happened there and they're the only heroes? Because they're the Marvel's first family. So it kind of makes sense to do this. And we all know by the end of Secret Wars, they'll all be connected and put into the normal universe and all one big universe, one big happy-go-lucky family. But I think that's awesome. I also think what's awesome about this is they can make Galactus win. They don't have to defeat Galactus. I love the idea. Now, can I throw a theory at you? That this is something that me and my coworker were talking about. Now, in the void, there is this purple cloud that I remember people sometimes meme that looked like the original Galactus from the Fantastic Four. Hear me out. What are the chances that it is a version of Galactus? That was a version of Galactus? I'm just saying. But what if they do lose? They don't teleport out. They're not like, fuck this, we're leaving. No, they lose, they get eaten, and Galactus sends them to the void. That's what happens when he destroys planets. It would change the comics, I know.
Yeah. But my only thing is, I don't know that the void still exists as we know it. Because he who remains is no longer in control. He's no longer the one sitting on the throne.
Yeah.
But, however, I can still see a way, because, like you talked about, this is absolutely an alternate universe New York. This is going to be one of those retro yet futuristic cities in the 60s. Perfect utopia, thanks to the Fantastic Four. I think Galactus comes in, he wins, he destroys the world. And my original theory was they find a way to get into the MCU. But what if you're right? They get sent to the void as we know it, or however it is now, and they meet Loki, who, meeting these 4 people, oh shit, there's something new coming throughout the multiverse. I'll send you to this world, to this reality. You can talk to my brother. You can talk to these guys called the Avengers. You can talk to whoever you want. Gather heroes, bring them to me, and we'll go at this planet-eating motherfucker together. Yeah. I think that's what could happen. Because I think Loki is the general that's going to gather the troops for Secret Wars.
I would really like that. Now, my other thing is do you think Doom is in this movie? And does he also come from this universe?
That's the thing. If he is in this universe, does he go with the Fantastic Four? Why does he go with the does he sneak in? Does he like have the shit that like, get in here, here is safe, and he's the one that gets them out of the planet? I think that'd be interesting if he is the one that saves them per se. And I would not be against an introduction of Doctor Doom, who ideally is going to be in here for the long run. I would not be against the first few stories of Doctor Doom having him in this role where he has to work with the heroes just because it's in his best interest.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. And he still has that friction. He's still clearly an asshole. He still has like these thoughts that he's not very much, he's clearly not a good guy, but he is fighting alongside them. I think that could be very interesting.
Okay. All right, man. I love that. I'm not going to lie. Another Fantastic Four movie, I was like, okay, like, I'll see how it goes. I really like the cast. I like that stuff, but like, is it really going to be good? This is shaping up to be really fucking good. Like the ideas, everything of that. So I'm sold. I think this is going to be awesome. So I don't know. What does everyone in the chat think? Like, are you seeing anything where people are maybe like mad about it at all, or?
No, over here we have our friends here on This Week in Geek. We're all good people. No one is mad about it. But everyone seems excited, or at the very least interested in the possibilities of this being an alternate universe thing. And I think it streamlines things for them better. Like GeekOEP is saying, you wouldn't need to worry for casual fans about watching like shit to catch up to this, to understand. Like, there's no homework.
It would, you know what? That is a good thing, because if it does end on just an end credit scene with Loki,
yeah,
it would just intrigue. Like, oh, who's that? Who's that guy?
Exactly.
I think we're gonna find out a lot more about this movie come Comic-Con, come D23. I think Kevin Feige will probably say this isn't a different universe. He'll start that marketing train now. That
this
way
is on Earth.
Like,
4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, which thing? The actress who plays Kamala Khan will be like, but Kevin Feige. No, it's actually on this one. So,
and then like,
I don't know,
we'll now also introduce Richard Ryder Nova, played by this idiot right here. Do it, Kevin Feige. Do it.
Exactly.
I will go blonde for you again. I will cut my hair for you, Kevin Feige. All right.
So I can't wait.
So with that out, let's get into your questions, my friends. You know how to do it. Leave them in the community tab, and we'll do our best to get to them on the post that has the thumbnail for this picture, telling you to leave your questions. If you want to actively support the channel while you do ask great questions, consider clicking the tip link in the description or using the super chat feature. Zach, do you want to get us started?
I'm trying to pull it up right now, so you might need to take it.
Oh, no worries. I have it. I thought I was further away. All right. Nathan Holton, coming to London in June, a Monday to Thursday, seeing Wicked on the Tuesday and Jonas Brothers Wednesdays. Wicked is fantastic. I'm very glad you're watching Wicked. Any suggestions on what else to do? Go to the London Dungeon. It's a bit expensive, but the London Dungeon is very, very, very fun. Unless if you're not a vegetarian or vegan, book a table at the Flatiron. Best steak you'll ever have. Go to Camden Market. Go to Borough Market. Borough Market is fucking wonderful. If you like street food, food fairs, that sort of stuff. What else should you do if you come to London? That's not in London. That's not in London. I would say go to Madame Tussauds if you've never been to. Again, it's also pricey, so if you've never been, go to Madame Tussauds. Between Madame Tussauds and London Dungeon, if you have to choose, go to London Dungeon. It's really fucking cool. Shoreditch is a great area to visit. Go to the Paddington station. The station itself is awesome. Tons of stores inside, and then outside of it, there's plenty of other beautiful areas. That's it right now. I don't remember
Well, he can go to your apartment and walk in when you're not there and visit you.
No.
Oh, okay. That's not a thing. Okay.
You can come to the pub I work at and get a beer if you're old enough to drink. Come to the Queen's.
How old do you have to be out there? How old do you have
18.
to be out there to drink? Okay.
Because it's logical.
Yeah. Huh,
it's not fucking sense. 21. Why 21? Why not 20? What's the fucking difference? Anyway, I'll try to remember other things, Nathan. All right, Zach, what do you got?
All right, Nathan also has thoughts on Toy Story 5's date, Mando date, and Moana live action delayed. So starting out with this, obviously Toy Story 5, none of the dates really that's awesome. Like, it's kind of just stuff I expected. Like, I'm a little surprised. Like, I know that they have ELO next year, but I was a little surprised they weren't going to try and push Toy Story to next year and maybe move ELO one more time. Only reason I'm saying that is because Toy Story's 30th anniversary, I think, is next year. So I think it would have made sense to do so. So
they might push it up. Who knows?
Maybe so. But I don't know. We don't know anything about it. I'm hoping this D23 they finally start giving a little bit of confirmation of like, what is this movie about? That's the one thing that I'm still everyone fucking knows I love Toy Story. It's like my favorite thing in the whole fucking world. So, that's the one thing. Mando date, cool. I like the May date. I will say though, did no one learn? Like, you're doing Mando in May at the end of the month, but Ryan, did you see what's a couple weeks before that?
No.
Secret Wars is fucking 2 weeks prior to this. Did no one learn? Or sorry,
they're gonna move
Kang
it.
Dynasty.
They're
sorry,
gonna
Kang
move
Dynasty.
it. Doesn't matter. They're gonna move it.
That's my thing. Like, did no one? I literally saw that. I'm like, Infinity War Solo. Did we not learn what happened when that happened?
Clearly not.
Yeah. So I don't think that's the smartest. And then Moana was July. So it was like Mando.
Was it?
So
Because I was about to say it didn't even have a date. I didn't realize it had a
yeah,
date.
it's the live action is now July 2026 instead
But
of
what was the previous date?
2025 next year for July.
Oh,
They bumped it a whole year. Which is the smarter thing. I think put some time between the animated and live action. I think that's a little bit smarter. So Moana, don't really care. I just want to see the sequel. I don't care for a live action. The Mando date, I think is stupid. And the Toy Story 5 date, yeah, it makes sense. Like every Toy Story film has basically premiered in June. In fact, almost every Pixar film has premiered in June. So makes money.
That's true.
I did get an invite this week to a movie. You know what it is. It might be a Pixar film.
Wait. Already?
Yeah, it's more of like it's gonna be this day, so it's still far away. I don't know why I don't know if it's just because it's a packed month or what.
I wish. I mean, I got my Dune confirmation like almost a month in advance. So
okay, I love that. But yeah, what about you? Any thoughts on these dates?
I don't have a lot of thoughts, honestly. Toy Story 5 didn't have a date, but like you said, Pixar movies are released in the summer. Makes sense. Mando date. Move it as fast as you can. Move it to December. Put it on Christmas. Who the fuck cares?
They have another Star Wars film dated for that day. It's supposed to be the Rey one, apparently.
2 Star Wars movies back to back. Imagine the money that would make, idiots. And Moana, again, it's not like it was. It's not like it felt any closer than right now. Okay, July 2025, but that's all we knew.
Yeah,
literally that's all, and I didn't even know that, so I don't have a lot of thoughts one way or another about this one. Nathan Holton, thoughts on James Mangold's Star Wars title? There is no title for the movie yet, so no thoughts. Zach, do you have any thoughts on what the title should be?
No title, but the writers, the guy who wrote 3 episodes of Andor, so cool.
That's true. All right. What's next?
Will you be watching The First Omen?
Yes, tomorrow after Monkey Man, doing a double bill. Have you seen it?
No, I couldn't go to this. Well, okay. I probably could have made the screening, but it was 2 hours before Monkey Man, and then like I would basically. I wasn't truly feeling for a double bill, and I didn't want to put that stress on me. And then I would have to film 2 reviews that night, which honestly probably a good thing I didn't do because I had a migraine that whole fucking day. I almost didn't go to Monkey Man, but it started going away. But I was like, it's really good that I didn't, because I basically just sat in Monkey Man like this, like trying to have it go away. And luckily, I still really liked Monkey Man, but I like passed out the second I went home. I would still probably not have a review of First Omen. I did not feel good. So, I want to see it. I really do. I've never seen an Omen movie though, so that's also like another reason. But I know it's the first one, so I might go tomorrow. We'll see how my schedule works. If not, I might just catch it eventually. But I definitely do want to see it. Cody saw it and like was hyping it up for me, so. I'm just kind of over the nun horror films. So
yeah,
I didn't see Immaculate.
I'm over the nonsense.
Yeah, like I literally no, like truly enough, I think like The Conjuring, The Nun, like just like burnt me out on this shit. Like I just do not care anymore. So your turn.
Nathan Holton, do you believe the rumor Ryan Gosling has joined the MCU? No, because I've not seen that rumor coming from any trustworthy source. Zach?
Sure. Eventually.
Eventually,
everyone will have a role in the MCU.
Exactly. I will have a role in the MCU. All right, what's next?
Thoughts on Jodie Comer casted in 28 years later? Awesome casting, if true.
Did not know that happened, but yeah, if true, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's
thoughts on Lakeith Stanfield's tweet? Be specific. I have no idea.
He's talking about the Silver Surfer post he did.
Oh,
it was on Instagram. He took it down. He basically was
I
like,
didn't see it.
"Oh, I guess I didn't get it."
Oh, okay, cool.
And that was it.
I mean,
and then he took it
he's
down.
my casting for Beast anyway in the X-Men.
Oh,
yeah.
I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't like that?
No, honestly.
How dare you?
I wouldn't like that. I don't know. I wouldn't like that. I don't know.
And this is how our friendship ends.
No, never. No, we're bound in blood because of Love and Thunder now. So
that's true. That's true.
So,
all right.
That's why, like, Thor 5, we both have to agree on. You know this, right?
That's true.
Like,
if we don't agree on Thor 5, you know something is really, really wrong.
Yeah, something's going on in the world. The zombie apocalypse is about to start.
Exactly.
Lady Aaron, with CinemaCon starting up next week, what news are you hoping to hear and why? I'll tell you right now, I just hope we have fucking news, so we actually have a topic to talk about. I mean, no matter what, we'll have the Joker 2 trailer to talk about next week if we have to, but I'm assuming we'll have a little bit more than that.
I'm so looking forward to that.
I'm gonna do a trailer reaction, so
good for you.
So, what news? I don't know, because the thing about CinemaCon that's weird is if they announce something, they don't show anything. Like that's the thing, because nothing's shown. Like the Batman Part 2 got announced there. They showed nothing. Just Batman 2. Like I don't think James Gunn's gonna go there and announce anything coming up. Maybe they announce who's directing Supergirl officially. Like, because it came out in the news, but it's like from the mouth. Like, because James Gunn didn't even say anything. It just it's out there.
We have a question about that too.
So I don't know. Same thing with Disney. Like maybe Disney shows off Toy Story 5 a little bit, so people finally get a little bit, but we won't see it. It'll only be people at CinemaCon. So I don't know. This more comes up to D23 and Comic-Con. That's where we like officially get like, here's the whole slate of Marvel films, which I think we're gonna get this year. I think they're gonna fix that up. So I don't know. We'll see, man. What about you?
I don't have a lot of thoughts because CinemaCon, as cool as it is, it's cool for the people who are there. We're going to hear about a lot of shit they see. We're not going to see the shit they see. So I never have a lot of thoughts or hopes going into this. Just whatever comes out, I'm happy we get it, but I'm not counting on getting a lot. Lydia Aaron, there was a recent poll a couple of days ago that had 4,000 random people say the top 15 most iconic video game characters. Did you end up looking at the list or not? No, because I don't care what 4,000 random people have to say about video games.
I actually looked at this.
Was it Mario? It's got to be Mario or Sonic.
Mario was not number one, nor was Sonic.
Pikachu?
No.
Ooh, hang on. Ooh, okay.
This is what started the discussion at my work about this, because it was fucking... Now, I will tell you, Mario is number 2. I think Sonic was 5, and Pikachu was like 8 or 9.
Who is number 1?
It's a girl character. It is...
Oh, is it Samus, Metroid?
Nope, she's not even on the top 20.
Is it Zelda?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Action game, but it's not an exclusive to anything.
Oh, like, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Idiots.
Those horny people. So.
Those horny people for squared boobs.
Yep, exactly. Lady Aaron asks next, thoughts on Doom Messiah being in development at Legendary. It's good to have the confirmation. But it was also
my review of Dune. If you saw my review of Dune, you should know exactly what my thoughts are on this being official.
Yeah, he's also making another movie though, that Nuclear War movie, which sounds really good. So I just hope, personally, they do Dune Messiah first. That's
same.
That's what I do. I hope that's what goes first, but just trust in Denis Villeneuve. I will. So, yeah.
All right. Lady Aaron, thoughts on the showrunner for the live-action Avatar Last Airbender series stepping down after the first season? So I haven't actually read through the news, the articles themselves that came out. I saw from James. I saw he uploaded a video saying he left. It really depends on who do they get now. Is really my question.
Okay.
That's what I'm interested.
So
in.
that is out there. So let me say some things. So I can't talk a lot on this topic because I actually knew about this like 5 days prior to this happening.
Yeah, you didn't tell me, you bastard.
You're in one of the chats. You just didn't fucking see it.
Okay, fair enough.
So you just didn't see it, Ren.
Fair enough. I concede. I concede.
Oh shit, my alarm's going off.
You win this one.
But so I can't, because the article that did come out did not go into why he left. I promised the person I would not say why he left. I can tell you later, Ren, but
yes,
he did go to Percy Jackson.
I know that,
which
part.
is like a big thing, which is cool. I like that. I think.
Oh, is he the showrunner for Percy Jackson?
Yeah, now he will be the showrunner of Percy Jackson season 2.
Oh, okay.
So that's awesome. Love to
so
hear
wait,
that.
did the showrunner of Percy Jackson season 1 also leave that show?
I guess so. Yeah.
Huh.
But it wasn't that big of a deal.
So
So
yeah, clearly, because I hadn't heard about it until now.
But the second season of Avatar, the lead 2 writers underneath him will be the showrunners now. And in fact, the WGA accidentally leaked this a couple months prior to this all happening. So apparently, like for season 2, like if you go on their website, it already showed that Albert Kim was not the showrunner anymore. It showed that these other 2 people were.
Shit.
So there were already like people who noticed this.
Okay.
So it's already kind of been out there. I'm not too stressed about it because those 2, I went and looked at which episodes they wrote. They wrote the best fucking episodes of season 1. So, like,
cool.
For me, okay, cool. That's awesome. Ren, you and me will talk right after the podcast real fast about
yes, we will.
What's going on.
Yes, we will.
All
right, what's next?
Lady Aaron asked, thoughts on Denis Villeneuve being announced to direct a movie called Nuclear War Scenario. Oh, just mentioned it. Big thumbs up. Come on. Yes, you got the thumbs up emote. There you go.
There it is. Lady Aaron, thoughts on the first trailer we got for the new Star Wars show, Star Wars Tales of the Empire? I have not seen this trailer, but I'll tell you right now, I was clapping when I saw that poster. This is exactly what I want from these little anthology, experimental little shows. Tales of the Jedi, now Tales of the Empire. Again, I have not seen the trailer just because I was working when it came out, and eventually I forgot, but I cannot wait to watch this trailer, to watch this show. This looks, from the poster alone, it looks so good. I am so excited for this. Zach, what do you think?
All right. I have not seen the trailer. I do not want to see the trailer. It took every ounce of me not to watch it. The reason being is because I know they're going to be shorts. So if I'm only getting one episode of Thrawn, I only want that one episode of Thrawn. I don't want to know anything about it. Tales of the Jedi was one of the biggest surprises to me. I watched it just because the screeners came in. I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. I wasn't, and Ahsoka's my favorite character. Let me just say that right now. Ahsoka is my favorite Star Wars character. She should not have been the focus of that show. I'll tell you right now. It should have been a different Jedi. But the Count Dooku stuff fucking blew my mind. And I understand why they did Ahsoka, because it was interesting to see both the different parallels and stuff like that. But the Count Dooku shit, I was like, this is great. This is great. This is what you should be doing with Star Wars animation. I didn't know they were doing this. I thought they were just doing another Tales of the Jedi. The second they announced Tales of the Empire, I'm like, oh. Now, I did see that poster. And for people who don't know, one of my favorite villains in Star Wars is General Grievous. I started clapping at my desk when I saw that poster that he was on it. So that I don't care if he's in it for 2 seconds, 1 second. I don't give a shit. I'm just excited that he's in it. I'm happy we're getting more of a Morgan Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Awesome character. Looks like we're getting a little bit more Thrawn. This is just awesome. Now, what I will say is after this, I hope we get Tales of the Bounty Hunter. And I hope we touch on other bounty hunters that we've never touched on before, or their journey in between certain things. So,
Tales of Mandalore.
Ooh, I would love that. Who would you want to see? Personally?
Just Mandalorians in the past. Follow this one dude, then follow that one dude.
I think it would be cool to touch on some of like the armor Where did she come
Yeah.
from? Like
Yeah.
the Paz Vizsla, now that he's gone. Spoilers, you don't watch season 3. But yeah, dude, this is awesome. I can't wait.
would depending on how many seasons of this they do, I would love to see Tales of the First Order eventually.
Ooh.
Tales of the Night Sisters, Tales of Dathomir,
Tales of the Knights of Ren.
Tales of the Knights of Ren. And if you go to Tales of Dathomir, you can even get a little bit more Maul and get his backstory before he became a Sith.
Yeah. There's a lot you could do. You could start adapting the books, the comic series, like the Kylo Ren one, and show that piece. Jesus Christ, my alarm keeps going.
Wake up, Zach. We're almost starting the show.
But yeah, very excited for this, man.
Yeah, same. It's your turn, yeah.
Lady Aaron, thoughts on the first look that we got from Mufasa the Lion King, the new look that we got from Moana 2, if you've seen them. They were pictures. I didn't care. I saw them and I was like, cool.
It's pictures. I never get like, oh Moana. It's Moana, and it's a baby lion. It's gotta be Mufasa as a kid. So yeah, cool. Here we go.
To be honest, why wasn't this our main topic?
Because I have you're already sporting the color anyway. It's also the color of WrestleMania, just so you know. So that's what I'm.
The only reason I have this color because I filmed a different review. I should change it.
No. Lady Aaron, thoughts on a new Matrix movie being in the works? Do you think we even need another Matrix movie? Do you think this one will be an absolute waste of time? So I don't think we need this new Matrix movie, but I don't think we need any movie. No movie was ever needed.
Except Messiah.
I stand by my point. Thoughts? Look, I am just so immensely happy that the Wachowskis are not creatively involved, because the Wachowskis have not made anything good since 1999. That is 25 years ago.
You're gonna tell me you didn't like the Channing Tatum movie?
Oh, I was like, which is the Channing Tatum? No, nobody did. that movie is, and it's still not as bad as Matrix Resurrections.
Let me tell you about my dad. So he saw it on a plane. What is it called? Planet Jupiter?
Jupiter Ascending.
Okay, so he saw Jupiter Ascending on the plane. I've never seen this movie. And he's like, damn, that movie was awesome. Like, I'm like, Dad, no one liked that movie. Like, he's like, no, it was great. Like, it was fucking great. So I buy it for him for his birthday. We start watching. So I've seen some of it. 30 minutes in, he goes, what the fuck did I watch on the plane?
Was it not the same movie?
He was talking about Valerian.
Which I also really don't like, but it is.
I like Valerian. I actually like Valerian. I have issues with some of it, but yeah, dude. So we still have it. It's at his house. A fucking DVD.
Oh, that movie is so fucking stupid. But yeah, look, on one side, no Wachowskis. That's cool. Drew Goddard. He has made anything but bad movies. So I'm open to it. I hope it's finally the first one I really, really fucking love. Because even the first one, it's iconic, but I'm not going to tell you I love it because I don't. So yeah. I don't know if it'll be a waste of time. 3 out of 4 say it will be. So let's hope, Zach, what do you think?
All right. So this is where we very much differ. The first Matrix is like one of my favorite films of all time.
That is fair. As much as I disagree, I get it.
I love that movie. And then I went back and rewatched them all. I don't think they're that bad. Like, don't get me wrong. The first one is like up here and the rest are down. But I've liked all of them to a certain extent of what they are. I like Resurrection.
I felt
I liked it
by Resurrections.
The new one's Resurrection, right?
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
Insultingly bad movie for me.
So, and I get it. I 1000% get it. But I still really like that movie. I like the direction he took. And the Wachowskis, I like what's it called? Speed Racer? Whatever the fuck it's called. It was fun.
Speed Racer.
Like I didn't hate it. I liked it. But every other movie they've ever made, I fucking have not liked. I have not even like to an instant of even like Cloud Atlas. No. Fuck no. Jupiter Ascending, 30 minutes in, no. Couldn't tell you a fucking single thing about it. The only
Did you get to the part where they're flirting and he basically says, "You know, I'm like a dog, right?" And she's like,
"Yeah.
I like dogs."
That's not great.
Vanessa Kirby is in that movie. Sue Storm is in that movie.
Is she?
She's the rich woman that Mila Kunis is cleaning toilets for when the aliens come in.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Humble beginnings. Here's my thing is, I know a lot of people on the internet either were super excited about this for like, there was like 3 people on the internet. People who just didn't give a fuck because every Matrix movie after the first has not been great. People who are pissed because the Wachowskis aren't a part of this and they feel like the Wachowskis should be a part of this. And then the other people who were like me, it's like Drew Goddard doing a Matrix movie. That's fucking awesome. Cabin in the
That
Woods,
is inherently interesting.
Royale, the Martian. This guy, he started off Daredevil. He wrote fucking Daredevil.
That's true. He essentially created the show.
Yeah. So Drew Goddard is one of those directors and writers that I don't give a shit what he does. I will be there first to watch it. Like he has my blessing on anything he does. And if he went to Warner Brothers with this idea, and Warner Brothers buy him whatever the fuck at this point. Like, but if they bought this idea and they said, let's go make this, I think that's cool. I hope this is a brand new thing. I hope no one comes back. I hope it is not a remake, not a reboot, but just something new in the Matrix world.
Not whatever Resurrections was, because it wasn't either, but at the same time, it was kind of both. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm very fascinated by this. I do want to ask you, though, over or under Keanu Reeves or anyone returning? Over or under 60%?
Keanu Reeves, 60%. Anyone else? 20? Maybe 30?
Who could you see? I'll tell you right now. You know who I could see? I could see some of the characters from the last one showing up. Jessica Henwick.
Neil Patrick Harris. Jonathan Groff.
I was thinking of Jessica Henwick or Yeah. Like if you wanted to, they could be the new generation of
I will say, I'm sorry. Sorry, Yaya, I love you. No, Yaya. If anything, bring back Lawrence Fishburne. He's the one who deserves to. If anything, he's the one who deserves to be back.
I still find it weird they didn't bring him back. I don't understand.
Right? It makes no sense in the movie. The way they explain it, I'm like, I don't get it. This is worse than The Rise of Skywalker. Sorry to say, but it's true.
So,
all right. It's your turn.
Thoughts on Craig Gillespie being in talks, aka being confirmed to direct Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I mean, great choice. Because that comic is fucking great. Craig is great with female protagonists. I, Tonya, Cruella. He's a great director. I will be honest. Low-key wanted a female director. If I'm just being honest, like I would have liked to see a Regina King do this. I would have liked to have seen. I mean, Greta Gerwig is like the fucking top one that I would have loved to have seen this, but she's out in Narnia right now.
Yeah, she's got plenty on her plate.
So, Jesus Christ, Ren, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's just the headphones box that fell.
But I would have rather seen a female direct this film. Personally, for me, that's just my idea. I would have rather seen Craig direct like The Authority. I think that would have been a cool directorial debut or directorial effort for him. Is
honestly get a Regina King for The Authority.
Fuck yeah, I'd be down for it. I just want to see her direct something again because One Night in Miami is so fucking good. But yeah, it
is great.
I more saw this and was like, that's That's a good director to get. That is a good, solid director to get. That's about it.
I really like this. He excels at not only female characters but anti-heroes. Two of his biggest hits are female anti-heroes. Even he didn't direct all the episodes, but Pam and Tommy, essentially, you can argue how that show portrays Pamela Anderson. Yes, it's absolutely a victim of the circumstance and all that, but essentially an anti-hero in that culture per se. So I'm very happy with this. I'm very, very excited. And hopefully, like Zach said, by this time next week, CinemaCon has confirmed that he is actually directing it. Lady Aaron, thoughts on the poster of Joker 2 that we got? The first one ripped off Taxi Driver. This one is ripping off La La Land. Nothing new here. Zach?
Cool. I like the poster. But
it's a poster. I don't feel too strongly about it either way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really wanted them to do like a Poison Ivy type film like this, where it's like in a different universe. That like the second Joker ended, I was like, do Poison Ivy, like make it Kill Bill, but with Poison Ivy. That'd be cool.
So. I will say, like, you all know I am not interested in this movie. I will say, even if I was super excited for Joker 2, this poster would not bring that excitement down. Just like not being excited for this movie, this poster is not going to bring that excitement up.
Maybe we'll be back here next week with Ren saying that, wow, that trailer
was the greatest trailer of all time. Oh my fucking God.
Yep.
It also has nudity, so boobies. Yeah. All right, what's next?
Ren, thoughts on the new trailer we got for Doctor Who? Let me answer this first. This trailer was awful. Fucking awful. I watched it. I do not understand a single thing going on. There's
I wonder why.
Fucking telephone booth flying around in the opening shot of the trailer.
Oh, you did see the trailer.
I did see. No, it looks fun. It looks fun. I just have no fucking idea what's going on.
It looks fun. It looks wacky, but now with a much better budget than they ever have before. Because they got that Disney money, baby. So yeah, I'm excited. Can you get the next one? I lost the page.
Yeah. Thoughts on the fact that Winter Soldier just turned 10 years old this past week, and what films that came out 10 years ago would make you feel old that you saw them? I feel old talking about Winter Soldier. So
yeah, Winter Soldier. Big Hero 6 also came out 10 years ago. Well, in November or so, but still.
What year did Winter Soldier come out? 2014.
2014. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Michael Bay's.
Kingsman.
John Wick. Kingsman.
Dawn of the Planet.
John Wick. The first Maze Runner.
Oh
my God. Star Wars Rebels debuted 10 years ago. The Lego movie.
The underrated Johnny Depp film Transcendence.
Oh my God.
No, there's a film on here that you want me to watch that's turning 10 this year. Predestination.
Watch Predestination. Watch Predestination.
The Guest.
Robert Downey. The Guest. I just rewatched The Guest like 2 weeks ago or so. Before Godzilla vs. Kong.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
X-Men Days of Future Past. I was about to say.
22.
The remake of RoboCop came out 10 years ago.
Tusk, Whiplash, all those are great.
Movies. Whiplash, Birdman, Fury, The Equalizer, Nonstop is great.
The Rover,
Dracula Untold. The Rover, the performance that made me turn on my opinion in on Robert Pattinson. Still
Gone
Alice
Girl.
with Julianne Moore. Gone Girl. Taken 3, people. Taken 3 came out 10 years ago.
I can't tell.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. No, I hate it. It Follows, and the sequel is coming out this year, supposedly. So we'll probably learn a little bit about that at CinemaCon if Neon has a panel there. A Most Violent Year, which me and Zach have not watched yet.
My dad says it is the worst film ever made.
Oh, no way.
A Most Violent Year, yeah, with Oscar Isaac, yeah. He thinks
Zach,
that's the
there's
worst
a
film ever
movie.
made.
There's a movie that came out 10 years ago called Miss Julie. I never heard of it, but it stars, and let me get this, Colin Farrell, Jessica Chastain, and Samantha Morton.
Might not be
And I
good.
have never heard. True, but it's just
I
curious that
have.
I never heard of this until
All
now.
right, I got 3 more. Amazing
Okay.
Spider-Man 2,
I said that one.
Foxcatcher, and did you say
Oh, yeah.
Interstellar?
I did not say Interstellar. I can't believe I
Interstellar's
did not
10,
say Interstellar.
and it's rumored that they're gonna put it back in IMAX 70 millimeter for its 10-year anniversary. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if it does, I'm gonna be so happy because I've never seen it in IMAX, I've never seen it in theaters, and I've never seen it in 70 millimeters. So that'll be my that's my favorite Nolan movie. So
Nice.
it'll be great.
I want to shout out one more. Because it's underrated. Frank, starring Michael Fassbender and
Great
Donald
movie.
Gleason.
Ooh, for shouting out
movie.
The Drop as well, with Gandolfini and Tom Hardy. So yeah, 2014 was a good year for movies. Oh, The Raid 2.
Good year for movies.
I forgot
for sure.
that was that year.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right.
That was a really good
year. Next up. All right, Andrew Seif. Ren, it is WrestleMania weekend. Yes, it is, my friend. What matches are you most looking forward to seeing? So many.
I'm gonna watch the Rock one.
So you're gonna watch tonight?
Oh, is it tonight? Probably not then.
The Rock one is tonight.
I'll probably watch it after.
Let me WrestleMania 40. This has been one of the generally all around best built WrestleManias. Like every single match has a proper storyline. You can argue maybe not all storylines are WrestleMania worthy, but all of the matches. I mean, Cody is my boy. You know I'm going for Cody. So tonight's main event, Bloodline versus Cody.
If he
Rhodes
doesn't
and
win,
Seth
are you
Rollins.
gonna be pissed?
I don't know that there's a word to describe how pissed I'll be.
Can you message me? Can you just? I don't care
Yeah.
if I find out. Just message me.
No worries.
I feel invested.
I mean, I'll post all over my social media either way, but I will message you. Cannot wait to see Drew McIntyre beat Seth Rollins for the title as well. Gunther versus Sami Zayn will be fun. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, 2 of the greatest women professional wrestlers to ever do it. Bailey is also getting her flowers tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, those are easily like the top 4, top 5 for me. All right, what's next, Zach?
What are your thoughts on the results of the Disney shareholders meeting? I mean,
happy.
Sure,
because Iger won.
To be honest, there wasn't really a lot. It was more of just a Succession episode with the Disney shareholders meeting this time.
Yeah,
like that's basically what it was. But I will say, as a Disney Parks fan, I'm very happy to finally hear that they announced the Avatar Land and that they're going to go with the Way of the Water area. I think that's cool. I just have no fucking idea where they're going to put it because there's no room at Disneyland. So that's just me being a Disney park nerd. There's a ton of theories on that. And where they're going to do it. And they have a bunch of projects where they're going to get rid of like things surrounding the area of Disneyland and like potentially buy those areas and extend the parks. But then my question is, how the fuck do you get people over there? Because it's like far. So I'm interested. I'm very interested to see what they do here. If I were them, I would rip out Autotopia and Innovations and put the Avatar Land over there. Because those rides are fucking useless. So sorry.
GGOP. Thoughts on Zoe Saldana says she wouldn't mind seeing Guardians continue without her. Even James Gunn said the same thing in Guardians 3 past interviews. And when are we getting that Star-Lord movie or show that they kind of tease at the end? I don't think we are. I just think that teases that Star-Lord is still around. He will play a role in Kang Dynasty / Secret Wars. What Zoe Saldana says is pretty much what we were saying after the movie last year, where okay, now we have this team of Guardian. We can still make Guardians movies. Just Gamora and a few others are not on the team. I think it's as simple as that. I personally, at least, didn't take anything else away from her comments. Zach?
I want another Guardians movie. I love where it ended. I love that team we now have. I'd love to see that iteration go forward. But at the same time, I don't need one. I don't need one because it ended so perfectly. Just have them show up for King Dynasty, Secret Wars, whenever they want to show up. And Star-Lord, it's interesting because like when it says the legendary Star-Lord will return. Doesn't say movie, doesn't say a show. They've never even said anything about that. So it's the same thing. King Dynasty, Secret Wars, we'll see him show up. And that might be it for him. After that, once whatever happens in the universe, we might not have Star-Lord anymore. And that'll be okay. Like maybe what I could possibly see happening is after Secret Wars, this iteration of the Guardians for the most part comes over and Nova joins them. And Nova is now that main stake front of everyone.
Oh, there you, sir. I'm a solo player. I don't play with a team.
Sorry, you're gonna play with a fucking tree and a talking raccoon. So, but yeah, I don't know. Cool. They'll eventually do it because it makes money. But
yeah, that's true. And we have a super chat before we move on. Tony Movie Chappie, what do you guys think will happen to Nickelodeon now that after this scandal at the documentary? So before I pass over to Zach, I don't know what we're talking about. I know there's a documentary about a scandal and all that, but I haven't seen the documentary. I've never been a Nickelodeon guy. I had Nickelodeon as I was growing up, but Nickelodeon was what I put on when nothing good was on Disney Channel. So I don't have that big a relationship with Nickelodeon. I know a lot of cartoons on Nickelodeon. I don't necessarily ever watched any of the live action shows. They never interested me. So I'm just not a good person to answer this question. Like, I don't have a strong opinion. I don't have enough knowledge. So I can't in good conscience say, because I don't have a defined perspective. But Zach, you have seen this documentary. What do you think? Bless you.
Thank you. Did my sneeze show? I fucking muted my mic. Or did you just tell from the camera? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping I didn't blow into the mic like that. So
I assume you're not smelling your chest, at least.
No. So nothing will happen. Because guess what? This has been around for fucking years. Like, it's been weird for years. Nothing happens. It's just now told. And a big thing for this documentary and why it's out there is because it's telling how kids were treated in there. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be shooken if there's a Disney one eventually. There will be one, probably. There was probably weird stuff. They mentioned that the guy who fucked around with and did the whole shit, he was a part of Zach and Cody. So clearly, like, there's an issue with this all. I don't know. I'm not the right person. All I say is Quiet on Set is a really good documentary. I'm usually not a big fan of documentaries, but I like the series. But nothing will happen. Nothing. It's too happy. It's now just making it more of awareness type of a situation in my eyes. So that's the way that I view it.
Didn't you say too that an extra episode was coming out, and has it come out?
I don't. I think next week. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it or even looked into it. So.
All right, another super chat from our good friend Luis Luciano with a WWE Championship on his profile pic. We respect that here. And he asks, do you want Star-Lord and Gamora to be back together by the end of Secret Wars? If you had asked me that before Guardians 3, you would have essentially spoiled me. They do not get back together in Guardians 3. Do you want to see them get back together in Secret Wars? I would have said yes. Having seen Guardians 3, almost a year since I've seen it, if the decision was to keep them apart, not getting them back together, keep it that way. Don't go back. Because I think even if you wanted to get them back together, I don't know that Secret Wars is the place to do it. A Guardians movie would be a place to do it. And I'm not even saying a Guardians 4. Maybe a Guardians 5, maybe a Guardians 6, where the new team has to team up with the old team and they rekindle that flame. And so you cap off the new trilogy while fixing some of the dynamics and character relationships of the... I think that'd be interesting, but Secret Wars just doesn't feel like the place to do it. Zach?
Fuck no. No. I love where they left them, and if you would have asked me,
sorry, this fell.
Okay. If you would have asked me a year prior to seeing Guardians, I would have told you they have to get back together. After seeing what James Gunn did, I don't think they have to. So, yeah, no. Going back to the questions, though, while Ren is adjusting to his situation, what are your thoughts on cinemas potentially building more Dolby theaters? Cool. I like Dolby theaters a lot. I think they're awesome. I'm more of a sound guy than I am a screen guy. IMAX is cool to see for sure. But I think Dolby is like the way to see it, specifically with like the digital projector and everything. So, Ren?
Awesome. Never enough Dolby theaters. Dolby is the best experience you can have going to the cinema. So I could not be happier. I hope some of those come here. You know, like don't do it just in America. Other places exist. So give us more Dolby theaters too. All right, GeekOP. Thoughts on Christian Bale's look as Frankenstein's monster in The Bride? I like it. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Jared Leto's Joker." No, that's The Crow. This has nothing Jared Leto's Joker about it. Am I actually excited for the movie, though?
It's
not
your most
really.
Anticipated film. Don't lie. It's your most anticipated.
Because
Maggie Gyllenhaal, a masterpiece. Oh,
it's so shit. It's almost as bad as Matrix Resurrection. Yeah, but like I said, Maggie Gyllenhaal, she's not a good director. She's not a good writer from what I've seen. So I have, apart from the subject matter, like being Frankenstein and all that, apart from that and the cast, I literally have no reason to be excited for this.
So you're telling me you're more excited about Del Toro's Frankenstein film?
100%. It's like it's not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah, I don't have much thoughts on this. I don't really give a fuck. So we can just go to the next question.
All right,
G. Colby, thoughts on Sam Raimi addressing the Secret Wars rumor and wanting to do it or at least work with Marvel again? Do you think he's the right choice? If not, who would you prefer? I do not want. Let me say this correctly so I don't get banned. I don't want him doing Secret Wars. A lot of it is he has not seen all the movies. I need someone who is dedicated to watching everything in the MCU. That's just personally me. Sam Raimi would fucking kill it in Secret Wars. He would absolutely do a great job. I have no multiverse. Yeah, Ren can do it. I liked what he did in Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was fun. I would rather him just do Doctor Strange 3, where it's just about Doctor Strange. Like we don't have to worry about the multiverse or anything like that. And he can just give us a damn good Doctor Strange story. That's what I would rather have. In terms of who I want to direct Secret Wars at this point, Justin and Benson and Moorhead. I want them doing Secret Wars. They killed it with Moon Knight. They did a great job with Loki. I'm assuming they did a fucking great job with Daredevil too. Yeah. Next up is the movie. So either give them Secret Wars or give them fucking Spider-Man 4, because that would be fucking cool too to see, especially if Daredevil is going to go into Spider-Man. I think it would make even more sense to do that. So, Ren, what about you?
I'm pretty much with you. I don't think Sam Raimi is right at all for Secret Wars. I'd be down to see him do a Doctor Strange 3. Benson and Moorhead are great shouts for Secret Wars. I can also see a world where after Fantastic Four, Matt Shankman comes in to direct those two.
Yeah.
Or just Secret Wars, maybe. Who knows?
Or just King Dynasty. Yeah. Oh, well, now, at that point, he might be too busy with Fantastic Four still.
Yeah, Fantastic Four to King Dynasty might be a little too close, but Fantastic Four and then Secret Wars, that might be possible.
Yeah. So maybe Benson and Moorhead do King Dynasty first. Maybe they do it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they do. And maybe they do both and they do it back to back like the Russos did Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, and technically even Civil War, right? They came off Civil War pretty hard.
But there was a stretch.
Yeah.
Right. There was like a year stretch where they could.
And let me actually say that. I wouldn't mind if you want Sam Raimi to do an Avengers film, I actually wouldn't mind if he did Kang Dynasty. I wouldn't mind that one. Because Secret Wars, you're bringing in this multiverse element that is also going to potentially set up the future of the MCU by the end. The Kang Dynasty, kind of just has to deliver. I don't know. I love Sam Raimi. Don't get me wrong. I never mind. Just make him do Doctor Strange 3. Just or Midnight Suns movie. If you want him to do a team up movie, have him do Midnight Suns. So
don't do a Midnight Suns. My profile picture is a tribute. Is that Bray Wyatt on your profile picture?
No, I think it's just a tribute. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tribute, but I think it's just Luis on the profile picture. Andrew Seif, what are your thoughts on the images we got for Disneyland, Avatar, Pandora, and Expansion? I've not seen these, but Zach, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I just talked about it. It's cool. It's one thing from the stockholder me that was cool. That's it.
Alrighty. Next up,
thoughts on the recent passing of Chance Perdomo from Gen V after being in a motorcycle accident. Very sad. Very sad. He was one of my favorite parts about Gen V. I never saw Sabrina, so Gen V is literally the only thing I've ever seen from him.
Same.
But I was very excited to see him show up in a season 2. I hope he's in The Boys season 4. I hope they film something of him in there. But very interested to see what they do going forward now. Because he was one of the best characters again. So I don't know. Ren?
It's just tragic. 27 is not an age. Another member of the 27 Club, motorcycle. It's just sad. It's tragic in every way. And yeah, I just hope his family, his friends are doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
GQP, do you think Nora and Rad might show up in Fantastic Four? Like we talked about in the main topic, I think there's a right now, I think there's a chance. Not saying a good chance, not saying a minimal chance. There's a chance he might. Zach?
He's not in the movie. It's an end credit scene. That's all I'll leave it at. I think it's an end credit scene if they're going to do it. So we'll see.
All right, what's next?
Damian Scott, happy 10-year anniversary for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Does it still hold up? Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in at least a year, but yes. Everything that I remember about it, there's no reason for me to think, oh, that doesn't hold up. No, everything about it does. Matrix 5 officially announced your thoughts. We talked about it plenty. Also, Damian Scott. Filming has been reported to be completed for Daredevil Born Again. What are you looking forward to seeing most in the series? Daredevil and the Punisher.
Yeah.
Versus cops and blood and guts.
Bullseye.
And Bullseye. And people getting punched and losing teeth while they're getting punched. And blood and other things that I know about this show that I cannot tell you about. Zach, but I've told you about it.
Very excited for this. Very excited. I want to ask you one thing. So if Daredevil's going to be in Spider-Man, does Spider-Man show up at all in this?
No.
Okay. There you go. There's your guys.
No, because this has Punisher. And Spider-Man makes a lot of money in theaters because it's very family friendly.
Well, no. I'm just
Spider-Man
saying
shows
quick end credit scene.
No.
Okay.
No. Tom Holland is too expensive for them to have him just in one post-credit scene.
Tom Holland should just do it for free.
But he's not. I wouldn't.
He should. I would. I would fucking do it for free. You can hire me as the next Spider-Man. I would.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
I'm gonna do it for free. All right. We do have one more question because I refreshed.
One more question. Check. Go for it.
Eric
No, I just refreshed.
Okay. Thoughts on Jonathan Nolan saying he still intends to finish Westworld the way he intended despite it being canceled? Do you think he means a season 5 or maybe a movie?
I want nothing more than to see that story finished. Whether it's a season, whether it's a movie, as long as Jonathan Nolan wants it, I want it. There is not a chance in hell we ever see it. Zach? Sorry to be pessimistic. I hope I'm wrong.
I gotta walk a fine line because I have seen his new thing, and I have a lot of thoughts that I want to talk on that and the potential because he does have a deal at Prime right now. Like that is his deal. Him and Lisa Joy's deal is at Amazon Prime. And to be honest with you, I think that's part of the reason why Westworld was canceled, was because they wouldn't have made that fucking deal.
What was Westworld canceled after they made the deal?
It was canceled after they made the deal. And I was not, the second that happened, I was like, yep, not sure. Same thing with like Midnight Club. When Mike Flanagan would have made the fucking deal at Amazon Prime.
No, but that one I remember he did it after, where they canceled it and he was like, oh yeah? Boom. I'm out.
Was it like, okay. Which that means we'll probably get the Dark Tower, which is cool. I think he does. I think he does finish it. But not as a season 5, nor as a movie. He finishes it as a comic. They'll release it as a graphic novel in fucking 5-6 years. Maybe the finale of it. I think that's just typically what will happen. But also don't put it past him. HBO just like Amazon could easily fund a season 5. They could. I know HBO has the rights, but who says Prime doesn't say, you know what? Let's get that. But also I don't understand the rights thing, because like Westworld's not even streaming on HBO anymore. It's streaming on like fucking other things. So
that's true.
Who knows like what the deal is with that? If it ever comes to streaming on Prime Video, maybe we'll find out, oh, they're doing a season 5. I loved season 4. It is the best season of Westworld. I really wish it got a season 5, but I also felt pretty good with where it ended at. But I do think a season 5 would have helped a couple different things. So I'm going to say like 30% chance of season 5 happens, but like a 90% chance they just make a graphic novel to sum up what kind of happened. But other than that, I'm really happy to see Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy still working because they are very excellent creative minds. I love them since, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, everyone. Let me refresh one last time just to see. And there's no more questions. So we are out. We are done for this week with This Week in Geek. Thank you so much. Actually, I should let you know, just because I expect this to happen. Not that I already have tickets or anything, but Saturday, June 15th, there will likely not be a show because I will be out of town. I will be in Glasgow, Scotland, because the WWE is coming to Glasgow, Scotland with a big pay-per-view. I am finally not only... Zach, hold my hand virtually because I need all the energy on this. I will not only be seeing Cody Rhodes for the first time, but if all goes well, I will be seeing him as champion. Because this weekend, we're finally finishing the fucking story, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I just want to tell you, again, I don't have tickets yet. It's not a sure thing, but likely I will not be here on Saturday, June 15th. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to go to the gym because it's WrestleMania. I still haven't gone to the gym, and I'm definitely not missing the gym today. Otherwise, I'll feel like shit. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching WrestleMania, keep an eye on my Twitter, on my Instagram, because I'm going to spam all your timelines with wrestling stuff. Thank you so much once more for watching, everyone. Thank you for the super chats to Luis Feliciano, to Tony Movie Chappie. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as always, love each other and love the movies. Bye-bye, everybody.